Hi everybody, it's Claire with another art journal video. So I don't want you all to collapse in shock, but I'm actually not playing in the craft journal. I'm actually playing in my Soul Snack tag journal that I created from a course by Christina Zarro. You can find a link to the course on her Instagram page and her bio. It's a really cute little journal and I do love it, and I have gone on to make more. So I can recommend it. So I have removed one of the pages because that's one of the great things about this journal is you don't bind the things in by sewing, you just use like a hair tie, a hair bobble. So the pages come out easy, so they're great for working in, nice and easy to work in. So here I've added a piece of sticker paper onto my background. So this is a large sheet of A4 sticker paper that I have stamped loads of media mark stamps on. I think they're Tim Holtz media mark stamps. And then it's great, you can just cut it up and add a piece onto your background. You've got like an instant background to work on. And then I'm using my permanent red violet light paint from Amsterdam Acrylic and adding a bit of that onto my background. And then I'm going in with a wet brush and just pulling that paint around a little bit, just kind of smooshing it about. Okay, so this is a stencil from Stencil Girl, and here I'm going to be going and using some white paint. And what I'm going to do here is this is just to kind of push some of that pink away and create a bit more detail and interest in that background. This stencil did come as a large sheet and I cut it up because it's quite useful. It's one of those ones that's quite good for travelling because you can pop it in your pencil case, and you've got some pretty good stencil shapes there that you can use. And then this is another one of the Stencil Girl ones, so I'm using some, looks like carnation, and from Dina Wakley Media, and I'm just going and adding a little bit more stenciling on there. So then I have lots of scraps of paper that I save, and I recently sorted them into sort of colour groups or types as well. So this is like, these are just like pretty colours that I really liked, kind of a bit more pastel shades, and mixture of substrates as well. So some of it is the heavyweight watercolour paper from Dina Wakley, some of it's craft paper. And what I'm doing here is just going through and cutting out lots of different shaped and coloured hearts. And I'm going to be adding these onto my page. So I'm just kind of going through and choosing some different tones and shapes and colours, patterns that would work perfectly. And then I've got a piece of corrugated card, and I kind of saved it. I'm becoming a bit of a hoarder actually. This is maybe not a good thing, but every time packaging comes in the house, I'm looking at it with a different eye now, which is quite funny because I've only got a very, very small art room. It is tiny, and I am a bit of a tidy freak as well. I do like things to have their proper place. So I'm going to have to be a little bit careful, I think. So I'm just working out how big I want this piece of corrugated card to be. I love the texture of it as well. I just think it's fabulous. So I've just pulled it open at the bottom there, and I'm just ripping a little bit off just to create a bit more interest and texture on it. And I think I'm just going to end up stapling it on that right hand side of the page. I think I also, I do also, I think, use a little bit of double-sided tape as well. I'm just kind of distressing it at the minute. Come on, Claire, get on with it. What are you doing? Okay, so then I am using the Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher, and I am adding the hearts that I've cut out onto this piece of corrugated card. And just using the Tiny Attacher is a really quick way to get them on. And it's also adding another element onto my page with the staples. And here I'm just thinking quite carefully about where I place the hearts, which colours go next to each other, which ones are going to work, and whether it feels balanced too. Kind of going with that gut feeling about what feels right. I really liked how this page worked actually, because the colours worked so well together. And then I'm just adding a bit of double-sided tape down that side, just to stick that in place. And then I am going in with a fine liner pen, and I'm just adding some details and outlining those hearts. Yeah, so I'm just going to go around and outline each of these hearts with quite a sketchy line. It just kind of helps to draw a bit more attention to them. And then I'm looking through some of my Tim Holtz ephemera. I'm going to use this gorgeous little dancing girl and a piece of collage from one of Tim Holtz's most recent releases. I'm just having a look at my list to see what it was. I think it's the ephemera snippets pack that the piece at the bottom came from. And then I've got a collection of words, so we have calendars with funny words and things on, and at the end of the year I tend to chop them up and save a lot of the words from it, and they come in quite useful for things like this too. So I've added those words on there, and then once it's finished I can slot it back into my journal quite easily. And there it is in place. And this, I think, is one of my favourite little journals because it's so colourful. It's such a happy little celebration and explosion of colour. And there it is. That's the finished page. I also did a little bit of mark making on there, added some of my usual dots. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me create in my Soul Snack tag journal. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.